Welcome to Zuri Boutique Ventura, and I am about to show you how to cut the tulle to make the tutus. This is my basket that I put on the floor at the end of the table so that my tulle doesn't touch the floor and get dirty. My name is Angela Brown, and I started Zuri Boutique in making tutus in 2021 and t-shirts when my daughter graduated. So back to the video.
Okay, so I am doing a tutu for a 6-year. I'm gonna do 12 yards for a 1-year-old, and the waist is gonna be 15 inches. And I like to get as much tulle on my waistband as possible. So, okay, here we go. I'm gonna measure out for 12 yards. We're gonna measure out 6, and then I'll show you why in a second. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
6. I'm gonna bring that to the middle on my 18 mark. Let that fall down into my basket so that it's not hitting the floor. And I'm going to get my rotary cutter. If it was a snake, it would have been. Okay, so I'm gonna cut right here with my rotary cutter. Using my little handy dandy tool here that I got the handle from Joann's. And I'm not really sure where I got the ruler. You can get those pretty much anywhere, Hobby Lobby. Yeah. All right, so let's move this out the way. And we're gonna get our stuff out of the basket. And slide it back that way. Now, so we're gonna have, so this tool on this boat, this is our folded in here. This is not folded here. This is folded here. And we're gonna focus on lining up the folded in and making sure the tool is as flat and straight with no wrinkles in it as possible. The better that you get that part right, the easier it is to sew it. All right, so I'm starting to get some static here. All right, and then we're just gonna fold it up. We're gonna fold it up so it'll be easier for us to cut it. I'm focusing on lining up this end here. And I'm just gonna pull it, and then again focusing on this end to get this as much as lined up as possible, because the more I have this lined up, the less I'll have to cut off of here. So I'm not gonna worry about this end. But even though this is a folded end down here, it will be cut. So I will have 4 separate pieces when I get done cutting. And this again is 6 yards of tulle. 6 yards of tulle. And we're just gonna, as we go, so we do have some, the camera probably can't see it because it's there, but it is some creases there, but this end looks pretty good. So when we cut, we're probably gonna wanna cut that off if I have enough space to do so. The length on this tutu, we're gonna cut it at 5.5 inches. It is for the shirt sides on this, for this order is a 12 to 18 month. So I'm just gonna pull it on back. On back. And pull it on back. So now we are finished folding it as best as possible. Now, pay attention to this part. We're just gonna rotate it 90 degrees. Now, I'm gonna bring the camera around. Let's see. So right here, I just want you to see, it is not, so see how we have this crease in here? So I'm gonna try to be able to cut all of that off. You don't want to have any creases in your tool. Just like on this end right here, you have to try to guess where your shortest piece is here and then cut accordingly. So we need 11 inches. So that means I need a total of 22 inches. So what I like to do sometimes is this. If I need 22 inches, so from here to here is 22 inches. I want to kind of put it right in the middle, right? So I know exactly about where I could go with this. So either I could do it this way and then cut, which actually I will just do that. So to make sure that I have enough space, make sure this is kind of lined up. It's not going to be exactly perfect. Okay, so we're going to come down here and line this up. I'm going to push down on this side so that my cut on, see, this side will be straight. The pressure pushing down on the tool will make it help to be straight. So now I'm going to flip this around very carefully. Now what I could have did, and I do sometimes, if I wasn't filming, I would go on the other side and cut because I'm right-handed. So now we're going to place this right up against the 0 line here. I'm going to put my ruler at 11 because this is what's going to happen. I'm cutting 11 inches in order to get a 5.5 inch length because the tool is going to be folded over. So our numbers are going to be doubled. And I'm going to cut right here at the 11 mark. Again, pushing pressure down on this side so that my cut is nice and even. So now I have 6 yards of fabric that's going to be folded over like that to give me 5.5 inches. So now I'm going to slide this down. Now, if by chance this edge when I cut was, got raggedy, just tighten it up and then start the process over again. Cutting accurately and having a good batch of tool is very important because it will just make sure that everything is all nice and neat. Okay, so let's move over to the sewing machine.